sequel just selfishly.
You know what? Tom Cruise shouldn't have been Iron Man.
He wasn't, first of all, but go ahead.
He should have been Spider-Man because
All right. Okay, we're about. I'm gonna shut this down. Welcome to the Fourth Act, our entertainment podcast, where once a week we discuss a topic in TV, movies, and more. My name is Gabe, and I'm joined here today with, they call him Dub. They call him Dub 9. They call him, what is it, Mochigomi? Mochigomi. I know him as my big brother, Auggie.
Yo.
The double P sign?
I would have turned that way too, but...
No, we've talked about you a couple times on the pod. If anybody's been paying attention to any... I think we bring you up probably once every episode. You notice that?
Oh, yeah.
Do we owe you money or something?
Not yet.
We're not there yet.
Not yet.
The lawsuit's not ready yet. We've been trying to find a way to utilize you, or at least I have. And I figured the best way to do it is to do this Versus series. Now, what we're going to do is maybe like once a month, whenever we can get you, is I'm going to pick a movie for you to see that you haven't seen. You're going to pick a movie for me that I haven't seen. Now, we normally recommend each other movies anyway, but we don't watch them. Yeah. So this is a good excuse to actually do that. So today, for our matchup, what better way to start off than Tom Cruise versus Will Smith, then brother versus brother, then Pursuit of Happyness versus Edge of Tomorrow in a Hell in a Cell. So, first off, before we get into that, actually, we appreciate any support that we can get, any likes, comments, subscriptions. Definitely subscribe. We're trying to get to 50 subscribers as of right now today. 44. What's up, man? 44. You got to make some fake accounts. That's what I'm saying. Like, all 44 people can make another fake account. I know you guys have multiple emails, whether it be for Netflix, for whatever. I know you guys have secret emails. Bro. Sign up. We can get to 100 like that, but the goal is 50. So, again, if you like our content at all, subscribe, like, share, all those things. Patreon? Not yet. We at least need like 1,000 subscribers before we start that Patreon. That'll be the goal. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers and then give me money. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So, first we're going to go into Edge of Tomorrow. Now, you said you were going to predict the plot.
Yeah.
Are you actually going to do that still or no? Like, did you actually write down what you thought it was going to be?
It was quick because I only seen the trailer. So,
it's just based off what the trailer shows us. But go ahead.
In the trailer,
right?
I don't remember. I didn't see it again. But like I said, I don't remember if they showed them ever fighting someone or something. So I thought it was like a
war.
Yeah, advanced war.
Advanced warfare.
Yeah, I never seen it. All I saw was the live, die, repeat.
See, and that they did after the fact. It was called Edge of Tomorrow, and like the tagline was live, die, repeat. But then as like I didn't get any numbers. I should probably look that up, but then they started marketing it as Live, Die, Repeat.
Yeah, that's all I saw.
Yeah, and I don't remember there being any aliens in there either, but go ahead.
But, I thought it was countries fighting each other, and Tom Cruise is obviously U.S.
Now, did you think he was like a soldier and everything?
Well, I thought it was like a simulation because he dies, so how does he come back? Like,
right.
And then I thought it was an army movie, so... That's why I was like, so it has to be some kind of simulation.
Right. And you had no
VR
idea
shit.
Like what the plot was going to be, like the actual story of it? Like
that's all clue. I saw. That's all I saw, and I didn't know it was that old either. It's from 2014 or something like that.
Right, I think so. 2014, that's 9 years ago, man.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking old. I was like,
and we haven't got a sequel.
Time.
So
yeah, I thought it was like a countries fighting each other, like a video game simulation.
Now, did you think you were going to like it? Like, as of like yesterday?
Action-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially after I was going to go on my Tom Cruise rant.
In a good way?
In a good rant, yeah.
Okay.
And I was going to say the only difference between him and Vin Diesel, and I get it now.
How are you going to start the sentence off with that?
Let me tell you. The only difference between him and Vin Diesel is he actually does it.
Okay. But why are you picking on Vin Diesel? Nobody else does their own stunts.
Well, had Tom Cruise broke that street, they would have had a pre-broken street, and he would have.
And you're referencing
he would have stomped
Fast and Furious 8. And that's another thing. We also mentioned Fast and Furious in like almost every episode. So
yeah, I was trying
live
to look,
stream.
Also, like I said before, I saw the jump, and I was thinking, I was watching it. What can he did in this movie? I don't think he did anything crazy.
No, I think he keeps that on Mission Impossible, and then the running. He loves to run in every movie. We already know that. Okay, so now you rewatch or you saw it for the first time last night. What'd you think?
I liked it.
Not love it?
No. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if you want me to jump that far. Yeah, I love it.
No, this is just like your little mini review, like a minute, whatever you want to say. You can even rate it if you want.
Out of 10?
Yeah. I was going to say whatever you want, but no, we do out of 10 here.
I guess I loved it because I want a part 2.
Okay.
And I think it's going to happen, but...
You think it's going to, after like 9 years?
Yeah.
I wonder if it is 2014. It might be.
It's 2014. Well, I mean, they could leave him like that. He's the guy.
Okay. So you loved it?
I loved it. I want a part 2.
What'd you love about it? Like story, characters?
Yeah, I didn't know they were fighting aliens. And then the whole thing about it... I can say everything?
Everything.
All right, yeah.
Wait, time out. We are going to definitely spoil both of these movies. So if you're just here to spoil The Pursuit of Happyness part, fast forward. There's going to be time codes. If you don't give a shit, stick around. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't know they were going to be fighting aliens. And then once he died, I was like, okay, he's probably still simulation, like, because he was promoting the army thing.
Right.
So I was like, okay, they're like, you have to prove that this shit works, because they said anybody could become an army guy. Or I don't know the term of what they actually are.
I don't know.
Anybody could become a soldier.
If they don't have, I rewatched like half of it today before you came over. So I don't know if they have a cool name, but if they didn't, what a missed opportunity.
Yeah. That could be a game. I was looking at it and I was like,
oh, we'll get into that in just a bit, but just
I thought, and then so I didn't know they were fighting aliens, and then when he died and came back, I was like, okay, it's still simulation, like it's a video game shit. They're predicting what could happen.
But at that point, we're like, what, 15 minutes in, and you still thought
no. After he died the second time, I was like, okay, this is
happening.
well, yeah, and then I saw he met the girl. He met the girl,
Emily Blunt.
And that was one of my negatives, like I said.
What?
Because, no, not that he met her, but that, why didn't she just tell, like, she knew everything. Well, watching the movie, she knew everything up until this point, right? So why did she only say, find me when you wake up and then die? She could have told him a lot more, and then, like, he had to still work. He still had to still work to convince her.
Right.
My only other negative...
Well, she forgets, too, when she wakes up. Like, when the day resets, it's not like she remembers that.
Yeah.
So, I think she just was in shock. Find me when you wake up. And then that was it. And it also, like, from a movie perspective, it's a good little, like, cliffhanger. Yeah. Like, that's the end of the first act right there.
So, would you say when she wakes up, too, right?
Well, yeah, the whole day resets.
So, so she forgets she even meets him.
Right.
Okay.
So every time he kills himself, everybody forgets but him.
All right. That's all right. That's good.
So no negative.
No. That's
it's still negative. Okay.
Still, because I guess right when she met him, knowing that she's been through what she's been through, right when
she could have been more helpful.
Yeah, she just said, "Find me when you wake up." She could have said,
"Like, let's go hide in a bunker really quick."
She didn't even tell him. She didn't even tell him where she was at.
Maybe she wanted. That's true. Maybe she wanted him to die because he's all like, "Oh, the ship's gonna blow up."
Yeah,
and then like she doesn't care. She's just in shock.
I mean, I guess like how you said, she doesn't remember, so she doesn't know where she was at when all this reset. Like, it was a normal day for her, and then she doesn't know she resets, I guess. But she could have said her squad something, like he was looking for her, like
maybe she figures he has infinite lives, he'll find me eventually. But yeah, she could have been more helpful.
Yeah, but other than that,
any other negative? You said you were going to bring another one up.
He should have. There's two more. One's just me personally, knowing that I would die that much. I'm surprised he didn't have like a pistol like tucked in or something so he can kill himself, because like she said, make sure you die.
Right.
So I would have that, like or a pill or something, like just have it in your mouth, something, just so you die,
to keep yourself out of that situation of losing the power.
Yeah, in case you get
caught.
And
I guess we probably should have explained it very quickly. Tom Cruise's character starts off as a coward.
Yeah.
And he's selling these machines. It's all propaganda. It's all propaganda, and he's just like the spokesperson for these machines because we're fighting aliens now. And we've been fighting, like the world has been fighting these aliens for, I think, months, years? Was it years?
I don't remember. I know the meteor hits.
Yeah, like it's a montage in the beginning. They explain how the aliens got here.
Maybe months.
And I like that they don't go too deep in like where the origin of the alien. It's just, hey, aliens are here. That's not the point.
Yeah, at first I was like, why the hell, like, or why are they talking about a meteor? And then all of a sudden, we're at war, and then I restarted it because I was like, I'm not paying attention to this really.
That's like when I try to read a book. I'll read the whole page, and I was like, what did I just read? And I go back.
So I restarted it, and I was like, okay, it's from the meteor.
Right.
It started taking over Europe, I'm pretty sure. But it seems like the West is already taken over because at the end of what
they explained in the montage that they're attacking France, and if they beat France, and they're going to go to the U.S. and somewhere else. Yeah. So it's coming west.
Yeah.
I don't know by the time that Tom Cruise and like that this story is taking place, if it's already taken over the U.S. I don't think so because that French
focused over here.
Yeah, like that French general or whatever was the one that was saying like we have to defend France, and they're in France. So, no, I don't think it's taken over anything yet besides France. So Tom Cruise is now he's on the battlefield.
Yeah, they
forced him on there. I can't remember because I didn't rewatch the second half. Is there a point where like the general, like wasn't he doing something shady that I guess like he knew they were going to lose anyway, but why did he make Tom Cruise fight on the beach? Just because he was there already?
That is one, like it's a coincidence, I think.
Okay, yeah, so he was just there and then he was just okay.
I don't know if it's destiny or like I really don't know what it is because that's what I have a question about that later.
So just really quick, let me just finish the summary very quickly. So Tom Cruise on the beach, he doesn't know what to do. He's not a soldier at all. He doesn't even know how to shoot a gun, and now he's in this big old giant mechanical suit. And he's actually, he's actually doing okay for them not teaching him how to do everything. Like he kills one of them.
It's in another language.
Yeah. And so he kills one of them. And then a bigger one comes, like a bluish one, alien thing. They have like all these like tentacles. And he dies. He kills it. Is that what it is? An alpha?
An alpha, yeah.
So he kills it, and then the blue blood like goes all over him, and he's like melting. It's like acid, and then he's dying, and boom, he wakes up.
Yeah.
So he keeps dying, keeps waking up. So yeah, as you mentioned, he goes to Emily Blunt's character, and movie starts going from there. So any other negatives or questions that you had before I get into the questions I have for you?
About the movie?
About the movie,
oh, yeah.
Just anything.
Well, let me just finish my
negatives. Go ahead.
The other, that was the negative. I call it a D-Day plan. In case shit goes wrong, like when they're in the car, he could have easily pulled out a pistol and they didn't know about it. The other one is every time he sees her, she's doing yoga. And I know it's the first time.
Every time.
I know it's the
same thing every day.
Right? But then at the end of the movie,
she's not doing yoga?
She's doing yoga again. And it's already like at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like when everything's...
when they defeat the aliens and all that.
Yeah, so I guess he knows where to find her.
You have the weirdest specific negatives. She was doing yoga.
No,
you had to make them up.
It's the pose. It's the. She's always doing the dip.
Yeah, where she's like coming up.
Yeah, it's always in that like he happens to walk in at that time.
I think they were trying to go for something sexy, but not too sexy. You know what I mean?
They needed a sexy part in here. But my only questions would be. Like I said, I watched half of it.
And you fell asleep because it was so boring.
No, I fell asleep, and then I watched the other half. And then, so halfway through, I was thinking she was evil or bad because...
You thought she was an alien or what?
No, I just thought she was bad.
Okay.
Because he said, I'm going to get you to it, basically. And then she said, you're going to get me to it, and I'm going to kill it.
Yeah.
But before that, the guy said, whoever kills it controls time.
So so you thought we were like the third act, we were about to get crazy.
No, I just thought like she had a thing in the back of her head, and then I started watching a little more, and then they started doing the same thing over and over, and then she's like, just come back and I'll teach you, and he's like, you already have. And then that's when she's like, is there something on my face? And then he's like, no, like, and I thought she's like, oh, he's on to me because she can't mess up. Once she messes up, he knows that it's coming, that she's going to betray him, you know what I mean?
Right.
So she has to betray him at the very end. Like,
Damn. So
well, I stopped right there.
Right,
and then so I was thinking, why does she want to get to it? Why does she want to kill it? Like, what's her beef with her killing it? And
it's because she's Full Metal Bitch. That's her nickname.
Yeah. So
or her other nickname was like the something angel.
Yeah.
Like the city, the whatever angel. Yeah.
So I was like,
she has a sword. All cool.
So I was like, basically, why does she want to do it first? Like if he,
right.
And then I was, okay. So then when I came back, I was like, she's still a bad guy because she's like, come every day because I want to know what's going to happen in the future because I lost it basically.
Right.
Like, you're my only thing to still connect to the, I guess, the alien or know what's going to happen next. Otherwise, she's going to die.
I wonder, maybe a sequel, they can go this route. I don't see how you could make a sequel. No, I was just going to mention, that'd be cool too, a prequel. Prequel sequel.
That's a whole nother thing.
Like, why couldn't he just distribute his blood into multiple people and then they all have the power?
He says she tried everything.
He
thought about it and then, but yeah,
he thought of everything.
I thought she was still bad, and then when she said, like, when he started saying, "You told me your middle name" and all that, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
All right, so this is gonna be one of my questions. So I'll just ask you since you're already on the topic. What do you think about how it turns into like a love story, like a quick one? It's not like the whole movie changes tone or anything, but it's just like naturally you would think if you spend time with Emily Blunt, especially over and over and over and over, and you see her die and you're trying to keep her alive and you're bonding and all this, like I think you'd fall for her too. But just what do you think about like that little? Because it's like a B plot.
Well, right there when he's telling her, when he said that, have they ever like pretty much thought of dating or whatever? He says other stuff, but I thought maybe she had already died, but maybe at some point, like, she's forgetting everything, right? So, like, at that point, I'm like, all right, he went past the movie now. He went past what we know, and he knows what's going to happen next.
Right.
And he did, because he said, this is as far, I've tried a lot, this is as far as I can take you. And she's like, you know how to fly a helicopter? And he's like, I don't know how to land.
Yeah,
He's already done a lot of shit. So I was like, oh shit. So he's went past.
Yeah, and that's the point of the movie where it does jump ahead. Like we didn't see all that, but we get it revealed to us as well as Emily Blunt's character that, oh no, we've been to this farm before, and he's talked to her and has gotten to know her before.
Yeah, so I was thinking
maybe he smashed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe at one point she's pregnant now, she doesn't even remember, and that's why he's trying to keep her alive. Because I was like, why is he trying to keep her alive? Like, for what, really?
Yeah,
because he let everybody else die. So it's like, what point?
It's Emily Blunt. You make the exception for Emily Blunt.
But I'm telling you, that's one of my negatives. It says saving girl right there. But
saving girl?
Yeah, I left it off because I was like, I don't even want to.
What do you mean saving? Like, just
right there. Like, why was he saving her? Because I thought he was wasting.
He started falling for her.
I thought the way they explained it was that it resets as much until that shit catches up to it, basically. You know what I mean? So I thought,
okay,
he's wasting time resetting. Like, the alien's figuring out more and more where you're at because you keep resetting because of this girl. That's
another thing too, is that another gimmick on top of everything that's already going on is that he gets visions because he's connected to like the aliens. He has alien blood in him. He has the power to reset the day, which the aliens do. That's why they always win. And he's getting visions of where like they're like not like mother base, but what do they call it? Like that little like core that like keeps them alive.
Yeah, like I guess.
Because I didn't get to the point where I heard what they called
it. It's like a parasite, really. It's just.
So pretty much like the heart of the aliens.
Yeah,
like you destroy like the heart and all of them die. So Emily Blunt said that she was getting visions of it.
Yeah.
But he
at the end before she lost it.
Like she was getting closer to it. Yeah. So he starts getting those visions and then I don't know if I want to transition there, but I guess we could. Because I have that on one of my notable scenes right here. One of my favorite scenes is when the aliens trap him. They use that to trap him. Like they give him fake visions to get him into a room.
Yeah.
And they corner him. Like they're all blocking all the exits and then they cut him so that he could bleed out so that he loses the blood and then loses the power. That's how Emily Blunt lost the power. She lost all the blood on the battlefield. So they're smart enough to so they're getting smarter too. So now it is like you're saying, we're wasting time. It's a
species that takes over civilizations. How they know that? I don't know because we're supposed to be the only ones, but yeah, they're a species.
They talk to Mars about it.
Yeah. They're a species that takes over civilizations, so who knows how many. But you would assume it's smart. So yeah, it takes out the blood, and I thought it was smart. He went under the pipes and all that.
Yeah, he escapes. They're going to jump him.
Yeah, well, they're basically wait till he bleeds out. And then But yeah, so those ended up being fake. So then, the real visions or whatever would be that guy's machine when he sticks it in himself, because they needed it to connect to an alpha, and then he wanted to know how and all that shit. Anyways, he connects, finds out where the core is, the heart, and they said it moved before, but I think, like he said, all her visions are fake, so that means
it was always bullshit.
Yeah, so it was always in London,
in London,
Paris.
Yeah,
and
so let me get into some of my positives before we start talking about specific scenes and before I have questions. Oh, do you have any other negatives or anything?
No, it's just questions, because it only resets when he dies. Because originally I thought it was every 24 hours, but it's only when the main guy, the main person that controls it is in danger. So whenever Tom Cruise died.
Right. So because now he has that blood. So it's not like he controls, it's not like he chooses.
Yeah.
It's just, whenever he's in danger, whenever his body shuts off, I guess it just resets.
Yeah, so like you said, he did a lot in 24 hours. I think it was a lot longer in 24, but it's just because he's living this long now, it resets here. And it resets.
It's like a save point. And that's the thing, is that this movie is a video game.
Yeah.
Like, it should have been the coolest video game. If this was like the PS3 era, we would have got such a cool AA
If it was a regular army, if it was a regular army movie, probably.
Yeah.
But
it's the perfect video game, because it's like Bloodborne, or like any like these Souls games, or not Souls games, but like the games, what are they called? Like roguelikes, I think they call them, is when you have to beat the whole game in one go, but you're getting smarter, you're getting stronger as you go until finally you can finish it in one go.
Yeah. So then,
let's make this game, man. How do we get the IP Tom Cruise?
My only other thing would be, how many times did he reset? Because obviously we don't know.
How many times? If you had to just to guess, how many times do you think he did reset? Because
a shitload.
I'm thinking like maybe 500, maybe more.
More than that, yeah.
Because
he switched it from finishing the plan to trying to save her.
Yeah.
So then,
Oh, there we go. See, you're bringing up all my.
That's the only reason I was mad about the whole love part of it. But
I think that's what's cool is like let's just pretend it is a video game. Like, okay, you're really good now. You learned how to save yourself. Now the objective changes, where now it's not just about surviving. It's about bringing her along with you.
Yeah.
So it adds another element where, like, at first he kept dying, but then he got really good.
Yeah.
And then she starts dying a lot because it's hard to plan it out.
Yeah.
You know?
It started even showing a montage of her dying, and he like takes the hit because he's just like, we'll reset or whatever.
Yeah. Which I'm with you there. I mean, I think it made for a better story to do it that way. But if you want to think like realistically about this crazy alien movie, why not just leave her? Like, sure, she wants to kill it, but
that's why I thought she was going to betray him. It was going to be the ultimate betrayal because he was going to look at all the shit he did to save her, and then she was going to stab it first. And then even at the end when she said, "I wish I knew you longer," I was like, she's gonna run and stab this shit. Like, even though like I didn't know to the end because I had this feeling she's gonna do it. Because why?
That's so funny. That wasn't even a question for me.
It's because I seen it.
So I'm a lover. I see Emily Blunt and she's a badass. And I'm just like, all right.
And then I thought the way he sat there, I was like, oh, he's waiting till she goes far enough, and then that thing was gonna kill her. And then he's like, then it would have shown to us. He kept her in the game because he needs her to run that way so he can go this way and blow it up.
Another reveal to us. Like, he's already done it, but okay.
Like, this is how many times I've done it. Like, it's not so much about saving you. And then it's a double trick. Like, but, okay, so.
You were like 10 steps out of this movie and you didn't need to be.
It's because I stopped it halfway and then I started
You're dreaming about it.
Yeah. So then, my only question would be is he blows it up. And then the goo goes on him, or the blood or whatever, right?
Yeah, the blood.
And then he wakes up, but
You're talking about like the very, very ending.
Yeah, the very, very ending. So then he wakes up, and then he's in the plane, and they're like kind of congratulating him. Like, it's more like it jumped him into the future almost.
Well, no, it's just that the day resets. But, the day resets because now he has the power again, and he was dying.
Yeah.
So the day resets, but I'm trying to figure it out too. Because it resets, so he was never arrested or anything like that. No, because he should have been. Yeah,
it's just because let's say it.
Maybe they're just all happy because they won the war.
That's all I'm saying. Like, it fast forwarded him. But then here's the weird part is that he starts seeing all the people on his team that some of them he had let die. And
I think all of them, right?
Yeah, and everybody's alive. And then that's why I said this girl's still doing the yoga pose. Even in a whole nother day. It's not the same day.
Let go of the yoga pose.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, they kept this stupid yoga pose. Like, she could have still been doing yoga. Like, oh, she's in the same area. But she obviously doesn't do yoga.
Would you have been happy if she was doing a different yoga pose?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we walked in. It's a different day. It's not the same day anymore. Unless they messed up. And they're just like, let's use this scene again or something. Because
Tom Cruise doesn't mess up.
He doesn't.
Tom Cruise does everything. He's doing the directing, the cinematography, the editing. He does it all.
Well, so, all right. All of them are alive. That's my only thing that's weird. But then it only resets when they die, right? So my thing was, if they are going to make a part 2, at some point after he's seeing everybody and congratulating, he's going to die or someone's going to kill him, and it resets to when he's back in the plane.
Right.
Because why is it resetting? Especially now, after he lost his power.
I don't think this... Well, he gets it back right before he dies. Like that's...
right?
My question for you, my last question that I had for you, I have plenty. I haven't even started. But my last one was, is the end bullshit? And it kind of is, right? Depends. But what I'm saying is like from a writing perspective, do you think it's like a little bullshit, like it's a little cheap? Just to get a happy ending.
He blows it up?
Well, I'm talking about like the variant. Like he blows up and then he gets the power again, and then everybody's still alive and it's a happy ending. That's what I'm saying. I should have just ended with them blowing up and everybody sacrificed himself. The whole team, Emily Blunt and him, all gone.
Only because we don't know why they're alive.
Well, I mean, they're alive because the day resets.
If the day resets, why isn't the alien there anymore? Because let's say he killed the alien, the day resets. The alien's still there. But now he knows how to get to it, beat it. And then so they should just keep doing that. But because he lost his power,
right,
he shouldn't have it anymore.
But he regains the power at the
end,
very because like the blood, because he's in the water and the blood gets into him.
So you would think he controls time now, like the guy said.
You would think, yeah.
So it's weird that it jumps forward. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay. Let's say he gets the goop, right? He gets the goop.
Why are you calling it goop?
Because it's like blue. It's like
blood. But it's like their blood.
It's like blue blood, like
the goop.
Almost lava.
We'll call it goop.
Almost like almost like blue lava. But it goes on him, and then let's say he wakes up, like it goes on him. He gets out of there. He lives life a little bit. Mm-hmm. But then some point that day when he's on that plane, maybe it's a month ahead, but when he's on that plane, they didn't show us, but he's about to die again. Because why is all his friends alive, and then why would he reset?
So again, and this is why I asked if it was bullshit. So it resets the day, but the aliens are destroyed from the effects because they can't reset.
Yeah.
Now, does it reset the day or the person?
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of proves. I mean, it does reset the day, right? Like that's the whole gimmick. And then if he resets the day, all his people are still alive. But I think because since they died and their little like mothership / like core heart, whatever you want to call it, is dead, they're not respawning.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I brought up the question. Is it bullshit? Kind of. But who cares?
Yeah, only because we don't know what happened. If there's a part 2,
I don't think there will
make more sense.
Because again, I didn't look up numbers. I should have, but I could have swore that not that it was a bomb, but I don't think it did that well in the theaters.
Yeah, that's why.
Like this is one of my. They had to rechange the name, rename it.
Pretty much.
So anything else for you to note before I start asking you stuff and start talking about stuff that I like?
Of tomorrow. No, because I said everyone alive.
You nailed it all. And obviously, like, jump in whenever I mention something for you. But my positives, like what I really like about this movie, why I'm even recommending it to you in the first place. One, I think it's underrated. Like for how good it's Tom Cruise and it's a badass action movie. On top of that, it does like the Groundhog's Day gimmick of restarting the day. We've seen it done all the time, even in horror and Happy Death Day to You. We've seen it so many times, but what I like about this is like they treat it like a video game. He's getting stronger. He's getting better. Yeah. And again, he needs to do the whole. Tom Cruise. Yeah. And he's
by the end of it, he's Tom Cruise.
And that's the thing. Is like he's not. We're used to him being a badass in Mission Impossible. In what? What else?
He got smashed when he tried to roll under the car. He didn't get it the first try.
Yeah. And that's another thing I mentioned here is the comedy. It's actually pretty funny. Yeah. Like they have fun with it. It's not this super serious action movie. Like They're using the gimmick. They realize it's a fun movie.
I guess I have one more negative. The stupid thing is that...
Here we go. The stupid thing.
Yeah, why does it happen to be... Of all the blood I lose, the alien one goes first? All the blood in me, the alien one drips out first.
Oh, okay. I was like, what do you mean? But I don't know. I guess you have to drain. Or maybe you need enough blood. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it
You're thinking too much into it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because it's like, he lost blood and the girl gave him some and he's like, you have no idea what you've done.
Yeah, like they know for a fact. Like, that's it. It's gone.
That's what I was thinking.
I didn't finish the second half, this time around. I've seen it like 3 times. Yeah. But doesn't he say something like he feels the connection's gone or something like that?
Him and the girl both say that you could feel it when it's gone. Like, you can tell it's different, which he says. But then I was thinking maybe he's gonna die at some point, and it's gonna reset and be like, oh shit, like
I really did have it. Yeah,
like I still have it. Yeah. And maybe she lied to me. Like that was
you have trust issues. You every chance.
Well, even the guy that met him, he was like he had 2 fingers already. Like nobody trusted each other. So then it's like him.
Well, I think that was more to prove.
I think he was being real nice.
Tom.
Tom.
I know, Mr. Tom.
Well, he turned into Tom. He was.
What was his name in here? I forgot.
It was.
I'm not good at remembering.
Something with a C. Yeah.
Cruise.
No, it was something else.
Comtruise.
I was thinking. I was like, did this guy pull a little? But no, that's
all right.
That's it. Yeah, I want part 2. Like I said, now that you say it, I don't think that they're gonna do it. But
I'll ask you for your rating at the end. But again, let me just go through.
He is the guy to take down aliens. War of the Worlds.
Oh yeah, War of the Worlds.
He takes them out. And he saves everybody.
I would like a sequel, just selfishly.
You know what? Tom Cruise shouldn't have been Iron Man.
He wasn't, first of all, but go ahead.
He should have been Spider-Man because
all right, okay, we're about. I'm gonna shut this down.
He saved the kids in War of the Worlds.
His
and he
kid
found a way, and well, that's what I'm saying. He found a way.
Why can't he? Why is he Spider-Man? Why can't he be anybody else?
Spider-Man finds
Superman.
A way.
Even I would have taken.
Nah.
You could have said anybody but Spider-Man, and I would have probably agreed. Thor, I would have even agreed.
He would have done the stunts. I guess Tom Holland does. If your name's Tom, you do the shit, dude. Tom Hanks, Tom Holland.
What does Tom Hanks do?
Tom, he's just the shit.
It's Tom. Tom Hiddleston?
That's what you need to do. Just an episode of Tom, and then it's just Tom versus Tom.
You know what? I'm going to put you on the spot. Name 5 Toms that you didn't talk about. Go.
What do you mean? Like,
5 famous Toms. Go.
Tommy Fury.
I'll take it.
Tom, what's his name? Segura.
Okay, that's 2.
And Tom Green.
I said 5.
Okay. Tom Hiddleston.
Okay, I did mention that, but I don't think you heard me.
Ding, ding, ding. Tom.
Ding, ding, ding. Tommy Bahamas.
Tommy Bahamas.
All right.
And Tommy Bahamas.
You don't have to name the 5th one.
I'm stumped. No, because just the Toms that... That's a whole other thing. There's a lot of Toms.
Yeah. And I did think about doing like little trivia like that too, like having an episode of trivia where we do like stupid shit like that. Yeah. Maybe one day. But really quick, let me go through this because we are going a little bit longer than I thought we would. So yeah, I mentioned that I like that it's like a video game's getting better. I do love the journey, like at the bare minimum, like at like stripped to its core, the bones of this movie it's just about a coward turning into a hero. And watching him be like the Tom Cruise that we're not used to, like he's such a little weasel. He's trying to talk his way out of everything.
That surprised me because in the movie, or the trailer, I saw him all badass,
running around like the little hole, the little sand hole, and he's all kicking ass.
Okay, I was like,
but when we get to that point where he lands and he's doing everything, I was like, who the hell's that guy?
That's what I thought. Okay, I was like, all that dying is in the simulation, and the scenes that they showed us in the trailer, that's the final. That's the real life.
And this was even better. Because he did have to die. Don't you think he would have lost his mind? Like, don't you think you'd lose your mind after a while? Like, he had his moments where he gave up. And, like, the one scene where he goes to the bar. And he's just like, whatever. What does it all matter? Yeah. And then you see, like, the invasion happen. Like, if they don't win, innocent people die. And that kind of, like, it helps him, like, get more motivation.
Well, if you're a regular person,
he's built different.
Tom Cruise came out. He's like, I got this. Not only did he make his own mission, but he started talking shit to the sergeant or the captain, like the second time he came back, he was he started quoting him.
And that's what I'm saying is like it's funny. Like the first time he goes, whatever, he's a weasel trying to sneak his way out, then he dies.
He's king.
He comes back.
Tom the Conqueror.
He comes back.
King the Cruise.
I was gonna try to make something happen there, like Tang.
King
I don't
the
know.
Cruiser.
I feel like these names are getting worse.
Shit. If they need a replacement,
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. He's hit the timeline.
Did you see that Mission Impossible, like the newest one?
I want to watch him now.
Did you see the Rotten Tomato score?
No.
After like 100, I know. We'll talk about Rotten Tomatoes another day. Well, Rotten Tomatoes is just a thumbs up, thumbs down system.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't understand that. But this movie with 150 reviews, like that's a lot. It has 99%.
Yeah.
99. Top Gun 2 just came out and it just like took over the world.
Is that critics or people?
Critics.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like out of 150, that's what, like 2, 3 were negative, maybe 1. That's crazy.
That's the only thing that sucks about, like I said, screw Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Screw it in its butt.
And but because it's if you vote on it, like I'll probably look at Rotten Tomatoes, but I'm not gonna click up or down.
Well, they have the critic side and they have the fan side.
But that's what I'm saying. Either way, I'm not gonna click on it. I'm gonna look at it just.
But I think it's an interesting like measurement, like barometer.
Yeah.
Because you need to know how it works. It doesn't mean that movie that all 150 critics agree that's 99%, or that it's even an average, because it's not an average. It's just 99% of people said that it was good. Yeah. That's it. 99% of people could have said that it was a 6 out of 10, and it would be a 99% of Rotten Tomatoes, because that means that 6 out of 10 is a thumbs up.
You know why they did that, right?
I think that's the best system, but go ahead.
That one got, you know why that one got a 99 critics? Because of Spider-Verse.
How is that? How are you connecting Tom Cruise to Spider-Man again?
Wasn't it his opening weekend or something, or what was it? It was IMAX's, the Barbie movie and
and Oppenheimer,
and all these movies are gonna.
No, well, the big thing was
Oppenheimer.
99, and he was saying too, like he was like meeting with like executives from IMAX, saying like, "Hey, this movie needs to be in IMAX, even when Oppenheimer's out."
That's not crazy at all.
That's cool.
You don't think he went to a critic and said, "Hey, you better do what you got to do"?
Even then, not all 150.
No, but I'm just saying that's their job. So it's like their job's on the line. Where, as a normal person, do you or anybody you know, or how many people do you know go on Rotten Tomatoes and actually click the system? Because I feel like more people that aren't on Rotten Tomatoes probably affect the shit more, because movies like, let's say what's a movie that sucked that
they got like a high Rotten Tomato score?
No, that not like a public score, not Rotten Tomato, but like people, like if you went up to someone and you're like, "Oh, have you seen this?" and like, "Oh, Superbad" or some shit, or you know what I mean? Like Superbad, what did it get on? Probably something lower.
No, like critically, I think it did well.
Okay, well that was a bad example, but
so are you saying like what's a bad movie that got rated well?
Like
or what's a good movie that got rated bad?
A movie that the critics
didn't like, and
Rotten Tomatoes prior like, but then if you meet somebody and you're like, "Oh, have you seen this movie?" I
can't think of an example, but honestly, like I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
the people that are
is more popular than Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what this is about right here. Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes didn't sell you on Edge of Tomorrow. I did.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even sell you. I kind of made you because of this. But.
Or like that, like Mission Impossible, or Rotten Tomatoes didn't make me want to watch Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise jumping off that mountain did. See?
All right. So we already talked about the rest of my positives that I have on here. So I'll just go through the scenes that I want to talk about, like that first beach scene. That's kind of like, it's not like a lighter version, right, of like Saving Private Ryan. Yeah. It's a lighter version.
Tom Cruise version.
Yeah.
It has to be more intense. Also,
but
I could not watch the movie after he died the second time. I could not watch it without thinking of, this is Tom Cruise's Matrix.
You know what? I was getting Matrix vibes too, and it might be the alien, the little tentacles.
But
and
shit. even in the Matrix, aren't they all connected, like to a core?
I think so. That sounds right.
That's what I was saying. Like he condensed these.
That's just like an alien thing, anyway.
Why are aliens all connected?
I think it's because it gives you a good out. Like, all right, the mission is to destroy that one thing, and then you win.
Lose to aliens.
Tom Cruise doesn't lose to aliens. Tom Cruise, though, what is he? 2 and 2?
He's
against aliens.
2-0.
Wasn't he in like?
He hasn't lost to
Or
aliens.
I think Matt Damon was in Elysium. Wasn't Tom
Hey,
Cruise?
We got some alien killers, dude. Will Smith.
Dude, Will
Independence Day.
Smith, Matt Damon, Tom Cruise.
Bring it on. Hashtag aliens.
Robert Downey Jr. fought the Chitauri.
We got alien killers, dude.
I think I'm going to make you watch Aliens next since you want to keep talking about them.
One species.
Okay.
We got a chance.
Let me run through this. We're already on 40 minutes. We're going to go like 2 hours. I think the camera limit is only like an hour 50.
I could really go an hour on this movie just off Tom Cruise shit.
I still have questions for you too.
I'll go because I get the positives are stupid shit. Like, well, not stupid, but I like the action, the plot,
like just general.
Yeah, the basic stuff. I like the movie.
I just like it.
Like I said, I want part 2.
Okay, so I like that he reverts back into being a coward any chance he gets. Yeah. Like when Emily Blunt is explaining it to him, like you have to die every day, and he's just like, really good plan, really good stuff. Let's go take it to the general or something. Like, he keeps trying to get his way out of it, but ultimately he has to become that hero.
I thought he was playing dumb. Because I was like, you can reset this shit. So why is it like? But
the fact that you have to die and the way that he died up to that point, he got ran over. Yeah. He got shot. He broke his back.
I started liking her because she had his back. Like when he started panicking, she would just kill him right away because she knows it's gonna reset. Like,
but I was thinking too, like when he broke his back in the training room and she has to shoot him. I'm like, how confident is she that the day's gonna reset? Because if not, she's a murderer.
I was thinking if she wanted to be mean or a real bad guy. This is why I thought she could have been a bad guy because
we need to get Emily Blunt as a bad guy.
If she wanted to, she could have. She said, "Make sure you're dead." So she could have cut. She could have cut him and been like, "Screw you! Like you're not fit to have this power." Or I'll wait till the next
somebody
guy.
Needed it.
No, well, obviously it would go. That was my question. Look, it's right here. Who did it go to when he lost it?
Well, it's not that it always goes to somebody,
right?
Oh, but you're saying because they took out his blood and maybe but they said that doesn't work.
No, not like that.
Well, no, it's not like everybody always has it. It's just she only got it because the very specific thing happened to her.
Happened to him, right?
Right.
So I thought it was a loop.
No.
Like it won't be them, but someone else on the battlefield now.
It's a canon event.
Which made me think that the general was in on it until they went there, and then when he didn't know really, or when he's like, we haven't gone this far. I was like, okay, I thought the reason they went there in the first place to be like, what did you do to me? Why am I going over and over? Even though, like, why was I chosen? How did you know I was going to be the one? I thought that's what it was going to do, but it didn't. Right. Like, it was a lot of twists. But, yeah, so I guess that answered my question because it doesn't always go to somebody unless there's a loop.
I don't think so. I don't think it's like that time.
Because imagine if it did go to somebody. No, I was going to say, because if he died.
There's your sequel.
No, because if he died, then when that guy completed the mission, like if that guy kept living and then he died, that's why it reset to the plane. You know what I mean?
I guess, but I think that's too much.
The ending just doesn't make sense. That's the only thing bad about.
That's why I was asking. Like, do you think it's bullshit? And I think it's just because they wanted a happy ending.
And it could have been the same, but just everybody else did. Like I said, they don't need her doing yoga. We didn't need to see that. We don't need to see his friends jogging. They died in the thing. That was their sacrifice. And then it's like, okay, what I thought really was that it was going to happen again. I thought it found a way to live and it found a way to start over. Right. And it's like now you're in London, whatever day it is. Now this day is going to start over and over until I get my power back, you piece of shit. Like, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But then when I started seeing everybody alive, I was like, this is weird. I don't know. I guess we need to see interviews of the director.
No, I mean, it is bullshit. But I think it's okay because it's just a one-off. It's a happy ending, whatever. But I'm with you that the movie kind of peaks with like that farm scene.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of just downhill after that, which I guess most movies are. Like you're supposed to, like, if you look at like that chart when they teach you how to make a plot in like elementary school or middle school, it peaks and then you go down, which makes sense. But
did Tom Cruise direct it for real?
No, I was just playing. Oh, okay. I don't think he's directed anything.
He might need to hit marks, and that's why they made the love part. And
that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a Tom Cruise movie. Yeah, like let's end it on a good note, or maybe early versions they didn't like sad endings. Different shit like that happens.
Mission Impossibles. Do they all have happy endings?
I haven't seen one since part 3. I want to catch up, especially
the third. Like I said, the third. That's the only one I remember.
That one's good.
He almost died in there, so it was like he barely got out of it.
Right.
And I was gonna say about the Indiana Jones movies too. I never thought of watching them, but I saw
this new one. Gotcha.
It was on. I think it was on Hulu or something. It was a commercial, but it showed me, and then it was showing like the transition throughout the time.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh shit, they did make it connect to
like all of them.
Yeah, because he's like, this is what I've been searching for. Like all the other shit was like,
the trailer kind of sold me. Like the first one didn't, and then the second one when he mentions that line, I was like, I'm kind of in. Let's do this.
It was another actor where they said that he could have came back for the last movie, but they wanted him at a wedding or something.
Shia LaBeouf or what?
No. It was an old actor in one of the old movies.
Got it. You should. You know what? I should make you rewatch that first Indiana Jones, just the first one, and if you want to continue after that, go for it. But the first one was my favorite. I really like the first one.
You seen them?
Raiders of the Lost Ark? Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah. During COVID, we watched a lot of the 80s movies, like just a bunch of stuff. I have a big old list. Saw all the Indiana Jones, and yeah, that first one really good.
Yeah.
The next two.
Which one's the one with The Rock?
With The Rock?
The Rock.
Oh, like Dwayne Johnson?
The Rock before The Rock.
Okay, the boulder. the giant boulder. That's the first one. I think most iconic stuff you know about Indiana Jones is the first one.
Okay. Well, I thought they were all like, they all have one moment. Like, I thought the first one was where he swaps the shit.
Yeah,
that was the first one. I thought
that's the first one.
I thought the second one was the boulder. And then, like, you know what I mean?
That's all like the first 15 minutes.
Stuntman is basically Indiana Jones.
Stuntman, the game?
Behind the scenes.
The game?
Basically.
Okay,
or
so...
the 80s behind the scenes.
So, we'll finish up. So, I think we already talked about... Because one of the questions was, what did you think about the whole gimmick overall? Like, how they used the gimmick of restarting the day. Like, did it get old at any point? Were you just like, all right.
If it was a simulation, I think it would have been dumb.
Okay.
It was better that it was an alien, but I mean, they didn't really believe the guy. He said that the enemy could control time. They laughed at him.
Yeah.
Kept his device locked.
He tried multiple times to explain what was going on.
I guess if you want to get picky, of all things this guy has in his safe, he has the device that he didn't give a shit about that he fired his scientist over. He's like, I keep it in this safe just in case.
Oh, you see, I don't even know what you're talking about. Is it like the second half? Did I miss it?
It's when he goes with Emily Blunt. They go to the general's office.
Right.
And then
he
tells them all this shit. I've been here before and all that. And he's like, but what I need right now is in that safe. And then we don't know.
Oh, he's being stubborn, huh? Like he's just like, you're crazy. Like we're all dead anyway.
He finally opens it and he gives it to him. And it's just that device that he stabs into himself.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I remember.
But it's like, of all things, this guy has
in his safe.
Yeah. He's like, I fired my scientist about this. Like, you would think it'd be burned, probably broken. He's like, I thought what he was going to ask is, we need our scientists to come here to build it. But that guy had it in the safe. It was already built. It was pre-built.
Okay. So my other questions, I already asked like throughout the conversation. So I think we're good here. We do need to move on to Pursuit of Happyness. But I did ask, what would you rate out of 10? He's thinking. For audio listeners, he's thinking very hard.
Do I have to be picky about it, or like
you can do whatever you want? But it has to be 1 through 10, like only 10-point scale. Don't give me 8.7. None of that. Not even 0.5. 1 through 10.
7.
7.
Yeah, I don't want to put the other movies because what's a 10 really? You know what I mean?
Will you tell me what's a 10 on your list? Forrest Gump.
See, even then,
well, just off your mind. Okay, well, 7 out of 10. That's your
Forrest
score.
Gump, 8.
So, what would you give a 10?
What's a 10? That's what I said.
Well, it's your scale.
Yeah. What? Yeah. What? I don't know, because I could say Endgame and shit like that, but those would be like a 9 something. You know what I mean? Like 9.5. Like,
so you don't have a 10. Like just off the top of your head, we're just like,
what's a perfect?
Well, movie? Well, I don't consider 10 a perfect because nothing's perfect.
Because I like a lot of movies. I could put them on a real scale, but I don't know what would be a 10.
Well, like what's one that's close to perfect? Like I'd said Spider-Verse, like the first one, I think is, in my opinion, is a 10.
I don't want to stay Marvel, but it's
Whiplash for me is a 10.
Whiplash is a 10
for me.
I'd put that like a 9.5. Like,
you're afraid to give something a 10.
It's because it has to be perfect.
I respect it. I respect it. I'm just saying.
Whiplash is a good one because you don't know what's going to happen at the end. I like those movies where you don't know what's really going to happen at the end.
Interesting. So it's getting my wheels turning so I can recommend you another movie, but
because stuff like I could say Endgame, I could say Spider-Man, No Way Home, but you know it's going to be a happy ending.
True.
So that can't be perfect because I know what's pretty much what's going to happen at the end.
Yeah.
So Whiplash is a good one.
I'd love to bring you on after you have time to think about this and just be like, okay, what are your perfect 10s? That'd be a good episode, actually. Perfect 10s.
Here's one. What's your favorite song? I was asked the other day. I couldn't think
of anything.
Ever.
Who the hell knows their favorite song?
Right? I said Little Uzi, I just want to rock, but...
Yeah, you're lying. All right. Let me move on. You're distracted.
No, that's what I said. That's how hard it is.
Yeah. That's different.
There's not really a 10. 9.5s or like 9s, we could give it to. But like I said, if we want to be picky, the Marvel Spider-Man, 9. Whiplash, I'll give it the 9.5 because we don't know what's going to happen.
You have an interesting scale.
What's the other movie?
I don't know.
The La La Land.
Okay.
That's a pretty good one.
You like the Revenant too.
The Revenant, it's like we're almost like real risk. There's real risk in this shit.
Yeah. So you really do like dramas, huh? Like
good ones.
Like the what's the other one that you liked with Casey Affleck where he won Best Actor?
Oh, now we're talking.
You like sad stuff.
Now we're talking. What is it? I know Manchester by the Sea.
Manchester by the Sea. That's what I was talking about. You're talking about A Ghost Story.
Ghost Story.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't seen A Ghost Story?
No, that's another one you're telling me to watch.
Yeah.
Really? No. You just all right. We're transitioning in A Pursuit of Happyness. We're gonna transition there. I'm not watching another sad movie.
I've seen A Ghost Story by myself. I rented it. Well, not by myself, but I rented it, and then I saw it. I was up and I saw it
by yourself.
By myself, yeah.
You just went in a circle.
By myself.
All right. The camera's only recording for like an hour and 40 minutes. We're already at 51. I would love to record
you got to do a part 1 then, and you got to.
And what?
You're gonna have to stop it. You're gonna have to.
No, we'll be fine. If it cuts off, it cuts off, guys.
Pursuit of Happiness. There's more shit on Pursuit of Happiness than Tom Cruise.
I'm surprised we went that long on it tomorrow. All right, Pursuit of Happiness. Really quick, why is that the first one you recommended to me?
I forgot about Wolf of Wall Street, but Pursuit of Happiness. I knew,
that's the reason why.
I knew it was gonna be a good movie. So like the 9.5 shit.
So you wanted to give me a big one right away.
It's a true story.
But you've been telling me to watch it for a long time.
I know there's a few scenes they said that are exaggerated, but not too crazy.
Well, I don't really care about that. That is a true story. It does help.
Let's just say the bathroom, like when they're banging on the door. Obviously, the guy probably didn't even bang on the door. Like he probably just had it.
That's how
little stuff like that. But I knew it was gonna be a good movie for sure. I forgot about Wolf of Wall Street. I would have said that one probably first. It might be better because there's more shit going on. Like this one's more of a drama, like more realistic.
But I guess what I'm asking is, why is it like one of your favorite movies?
It's real.
It's real. It's real life.
Like how we said about the Casey Affleck and all those are like realistic.
Okay, and
it can happen to you.
And again, just real quick on the plot. I'll be even quicker than last time. Will Smith is starring in this movie. He is an entrepreneur. He has all these machines he's trying to sell.
Only after they get married.
Yeah, he has a wife, he has a kid. Yeah. And I think that's as much as anybody knows is that he has a kid. Yeah. And that, he has really bad luck. He's a very smart guy. He's down on his luck. And we start off the movie and he's really down on his luck. And it only gets worse before he wants to change. He wants to pivot into being a stockbroker. And he's in this program. I think it's like a couple months, like 4 or 5 months, something like that. Yeah. Long program. And at the end of it, only one person out of 20 will get the job.
Yeah. And I don't know if is that realistic?
That makes sense to me. I don't know.
No, like
the one out of 20 or what?
Yeah, like the program and
I don't
know if that's how he got the job. Maybe he got the job a different way.
Look, it sounded real to me. I should have looked up some trivia, find out exactly what was real, but I guess that didn't matter for this conversation.
Yeah.
So just general plot. I don't want to give the whole story away just yet. We'll talk about the whole story later. So point is he's putting all his eggs in this basket. It's an unpaid internship. He's going to be there for like 4 months. And on top of that, he needs to sell these like x-ray machines. They're not x-ray machines.
Bone marrow.
Bone density, whatever. Bone density. It's better than an x-ray, but they're really expensive. So he needs to really hustle and sell these that he's invested in a while ago. He has a bunch of them. That's how he makes money. Yeah. He is struggling to even pay his apartment. I think at first he started off with a house. Like we see in a flashback, he had a house. Then he has an apartment. And, he's just really down on his luck, and it's about turning it around and really banking on this one thing, but he still needs to hustle. And he has no free time. He's running everywhere. The movie starts off, and he gets his car taken away. And then like 10 minutes later or 15 minutes later, his wife leaves him. His baby mama wife, I don't know what she is. I'm guessing wife. Yeah, it was his wife. Maybe girlfriend.
Yeah, it's his wife because after he got married, that's when he invested.
Oh, gotcha.
Because they had a house, and I think it's a certain amount he had, like 20,000 or 10,000.
Yeah,
that's all they had, and he invested it into those bone density things.
Right.
So all the money they had,
which was a good investment at the time, but
and then the time switched. The X-ray machines came out, and then it was cheaper, and then no one was really buying these bone density shits. So it was like. So he's stuck with them.
He's stuck with them, and that's a flashback that we see him with the house. He even takes a picture in front of like all of them, and like him and his wife look really happy. And now, where we are with him now, for example, his son is in like a really shitty daycare that overcharges. Well, not overcharges because that's all they can afford. It's like $150 a day or something, or I don't even know, maybe a month because it was
maybe in the time.
Yeah. Maybe today it's like $400 a month or something. I don't know. Inflation. But this story overall, I really liked it. I loved it. I like sad shit too. But man, last night it was just like, and I knew this movie was going to be sad. That's the whole point. This movie came out when, like 2005, 4?
Yeah.
And even then, like, it was promoted as like a very sad movie. I knew Will Smith was good in it. I knew the movie was good. And I just never got to it. Like, I've watched probably sadder movies than this, like within that time span. But it's just like I didn't want to sign up for it.
Well, get ready for a ghost story.
Yeah, no, we're not. I'm not watching that one next. No, I need a 2-week break.
Not next, but
or a 2-month break. Because if we do this once a month, then But I'm down to watch Ghost Story. But yeah, this movie, like I don't think I cried because I'm not much of
a tear, like or eyes watering.
That's usually as far as I go with movies. Is like I do everything but tears falling out of my eyes. So that's my crying. Like my heart beats, my palms get sweaty, I got tears in my eyes, I get choked up like that. If that's not crying, I don't know what is. So
look at a 10 movie would have to affect you, like how that did. Either make
on
you
your
happy,
list, sure, or on your scale.
I guess. Well, at least it gets you excited, or like that you felt.
Because why can't John Wick be a 10 out of 10 for being like a 10 out of 10 action movie?
Why can't it?
Yeah, like why does it have to? Whatever. We're not going back to that.
I can tell you easy. Other than it's badass, what? Like, can Fast and the Furious? Any Fast and the Furious?
No, but those are cheesy action movies.
That's what I'm saying. John Wick's not cheesy, but it's an action movie. What action movie could be a 10? That's a harder one.
Mission Impossible, the new one. 99% Rotten Tomatoes. All right, but back to this. That way we can get done in like the next 40 minutes, maybe. That camera's going to freaking die. It's not even that it's going to die. The battery's fine.
Yeah.
It's that the SD card can only hold up to a certain amount left. But anyway, I don't want to rush. So if it cuts off, it cuts off.
Yeah.
And then we'll just upload the audio after that. Just the rest of the audio. Anyway, positives for this movie. Will Smith is incredible. Will Smith is so likable just as a person, and like his personality really comes through because we've seen how he is outside. I mean, besides the whole slapping Chris Rock thing, but besides that,
if you like Chris Rock,
sure. But yeah, Will Smith is just so likable, and he's easy to root for. All like the little emotional moments he has, so like how good of a person he is, like to his son and to just everybody around him, like that interaction he has with the guy who's the stockbroker, and he's just like, man, he's like, what do you do and how do you do it?
Yeah,
and that's what starts all of this, and just how like charming he is. He's really good, which is no surprise to anybody. Yeah, but just in general, I'm saying like Will Smith as an actor, like he's the one doing that shit. He's like the ultimate hustler. Like this whole movie, I was just like, I could be doing more. I felt so bad the entire time. But on top of that, I guess to bring it back to the whole tears in my eyes stuff, or like crying, like I legit felt emotional from the moment that his wife leaves him in this, and it's probably different than the scene that you're thinking about. But from the moment his wife like actually leaves,
yeah,
to like the end of the movie, my heart was heavy, and it was just like, God,
that's
damn
where it
it.
got worse. That's where it got worse.
And it gets even worse than that. Like when he has to pay his taxes and they take out his money, because things actually start looking good. Like then they live in the hotel. So his wife leaves him, and then he can't afford to pay the apartment. So then he moves to a hotel because it's like half the price, and he starts selling those bone density machines. Yeah. He starts selling them, and then he even said like things were finally starting to look up, and he's already in the program for like 2 months, something like that. He's deep in the program.
Yeah.
And then he gets kicked out of the motel or hotel, whatever, because he can't even afford that anymore.
Yeah.
Because the money that he did make was all taken away because he didn't pay his taxes.
Yeah.
So everything that happened to him happened because of him, but also happened just because of this like capitalistic world that we live in.
Yeah.
You know, like it obviously is a commentary on capitalism, but just because that's what comes with the territory, right?
It's a little risky because he bought the machines.
Yeah. Because he thought it was a good investment, and at the time, maybe it was.
So it's like it's kind of like life's hitting him every time. Every time something good happens, life hits him right there. Right,
and so he at the beginning of the movie, he's selling these machines, and like right away, like first 5 minutes, we see his car getting towed because he has so many parking tickets because he's always late because he has to hustle.
Yeah,
and literally run all over San Francisco. But it's like Spider-Man 2. My issue with Spider-Man 2 is that the movie just keeps beating him down until the end, the very end. And that's kind of like what this movie is too, where it beats him down. It does look good, beats him down again, even worse. And then finally we get to the point where he gets the damn job. But go ahead. I thought you were about to cut me off. You didn't.
Like he said, though, it's just he said it's a little piece of happiness. It's not really.
It's the pursuit.
But at the end, when he finally does get the job,
does he say it's just a piece?
He said this right here is a little piece of happiness.
Okay.
So and then
I was hoping because
I've seen it enough. The scene where he walks in at the end, where he walks into the crowd. If you watch the first time when he's standing,
it's the meme.
He's standing in the crowd and everybody's walking around him. The next time you see him, he walks into the crowd and now he fits in. He's walking with them.
Yeah.
He's like part of it now.
Oh, look at you, Mr.
I've seen it enough.
Mr. Metaphor, cinematography.
Well, I guess since you already mentioned it, what was your saddest scene then? Since there's a lot.
The saddest scene, most emotional or saddest? Because two different things. Because like I can have like a lot of mixed emotions about something that's really hitting me.
Or okay, like you said, if you had watery eyes or if you dropped a tear, what was that scene?
That I would say most emotional.
And then what was the most emotional one? Because I have two different ones then.
So I think they're back to back anyway. Well, okay, two different ones. Saddest / most. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. The scene that like hit me the hardest was when he's officially kicked out of the hotel. They don't know where to go. They go to the bus station. So, but not subway, not the scene where they're in the bathroom, but right before that, when he's just like, hey, like the dinosaurs, where he's like, where his son was telling him like, hey, like the guy at the park was wrong. This isn't a time machine. Talking about his bone density machine. He's like, it's not a time machine. And then he's like, oh, of course it is. Like, you just have to like close your eyes. And then he pretends like he closes his eyes first. And then when he opens them, he's just like, oh, like look around. And his son's like, what? And then it's like, there's dinosaurs everywhere. Like, can't you see them? And like, just that moment of like, it's almost like, I mentioned this a lot, but like the giraffe scene from The Last of Us, where it's just like that break of just like, he needs this. The son needs it. Not even for him, because for Will, or what's his name in here? Whatever. Will Smith's character, he's doing it to protect his son.
Yeah.
Where like a scene like that, like the giraffes, or like the Jurassic Park scene when the Brachiosaurus, they have that moment of just like, all right, we're chilling for now, right before the chaos again. For Will Smith's character though, like he's doing it to protect him, to get him in the restroom so they can play and they're hiding from the dinosaurs. But in reality, they need somewhere in the cave. But in reality, they need somewhere to stay, somewhere to sleep. So, and then right after is when he's like crying that he's gotten to this point and like someone's trying to open the door and it's locked, you know. Presumably security, somebody that works there. Probably homeless people sleeping there all the time. I don't know why they have a lock in there anyway. Well, I guess it's a restroom. You need a lock, but
I would say that's the same one. Same one
for you.
Me. The one where I would say where my eyes got watery is when he when he walks out and he gets the job.
Oh my god, the release of, because you were telling me before, you're like, oh, just because it's called The Pursuit of Happyness doesn't mean that it has a happy ending. I was like, why are you talking? Well, I'm about to finally watch this movie after years of you recommending it to me. But I did keep that in my mind.
Yeah.
So I knew that nothing was promised. I did, like, even before you said that it wasn't guaranteed. Going into it, I did predict kind of like that it would go this way anyway. But I knew that it wasn't guaranteed that he would get the job. Because especially since it's called The Pursuit of Happyness. But watching him finally get that job after all the shit he's been through and walking out, or even where the feel started, was when he was sitting down and they were like, oh, like I wanted to make sure I wore a shirt on my last day. And they're like, well, like wear one tomorrow.
Even before that, the whole thing where he's painting and he gets arrested.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay,
we'll get to that. Or talk about it now if you have something to say about it.
Well, like the painting and he gets arrested, that was probably the hardest part.
He's like, painting his apartment because his landlord's going to kick him out.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, oh, you have painters coming tomorrow? Like, I'll paint it. It's like, give me one more week, I'll paint the apartment. It's like, all right, deal.
Yeah, so he's painting it, and I forgot why he even gets arrested.
He gets arrested for parking tickets because he hasn't been paying his parking tickets, and he didn't even get his car, so like they went to his apartment.
Yeah, so he gets arrested, and then
while painting, like he's a mess.
Yeah,
so his hair's got paint in his face.
So he gets arrested, and then he has the interview,
and he has to pay all the bills right there. So again, there goes all his money, and then he has to stay until the next day to be released. I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing, but sure.
Till the morning after.
And the morning after, he has an appointment in the interview to get into the program.
Yeah. So then he goes over there.
After his wife left him. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, so he goes over there. And then, he has no shirt. He just has his jacket.
He has a tank top and then like a whatever, like a raggedy ass button-up shirt.
Like a windblower.
I don't think so.
Windbreaker.
Okay.
Windbreaker. It's just a big...
Yeah. Like but he's not dressed in a suit and tie for this interview at all.
So then, he goes in the interview, and it's already, like, iffy.
He's sweating. Oh, yeah, he ran. He's from the precinct or whatever, the department. Yeah. He ran straight to...
Probably late. I don't remember if he's late or not.
He's not late.
Oh, he made it? Okay.
At least they don't mention that, but...
Yeah, so he gets... Oh, no, he is late because the guy tells him, he's like, I've been delaying him. He's like...
Oh, really? I must have missed that.
Over here. And then he almost leaves. Okay, so that's a whole nother thing. He almost leaves the program too, but because they weren't paying him.
That's after that. Yeah.
Okay, so he gets the interview, and then the guy tells him, "What would you say to a guy that walks in here with no t-shirt?" And then he says he must have had really nice pants.
And I forgot, like I had heard that line before, but when he said I had forgotten, I was just cracking up. Again, he's so likable. You just root for him so well or so much. But yeah, I have like a list of quotes here, and that was one of my quotes.
that's the one I remember. And then obviously,
like he wins them over with his charm, and that's what the first guy, when he's seen him, he's like, "Oh no, like you don't need to go to school. You just need to be good with people and know numbers." Yeah. He's already smart, and he is good with people. So he got into the program because he's good with people. Like, you see that part of it.
He's good at talking.
Yeah. So because like the guy that got him into there, Will's character was like bugging him about interview, like, oh, like you see my application, I want to talk to you about the flaws in the application. He was just like ignoring him, like, whatever.
Until the Rubik's Cube scene. So they're in the taxi, and Will lies because he's just like, oh no, like I'm in a rush, I have to go to this city, and he's like, oh, so do I. So he jumps in the taxi with them, and the Rubik's Cube like just came out, and he's like, oh no, it's impossible, nobody can do it. And he's like, I can do it. I'm pretty sure I can do it. And then he gives it to him. And it takes like the whole ride. I thought it was going to do it in like 30 seconds, but even better, it takes him the whole ride to go like a couple blocks.
And he finishes it right before the guy gets out. And he's just like, not bad. And he gives him the Rubik's Cube. And that's the thing that got him. Yeah. Is like not like selling yourself or anything. It was the fact that he, as something that's quaint, as finishing a Rubik's Cube, but that's what got his attention. Yeah. Like, this dude is the ultimate hustler.
Him being consistent, he kept going. He kept meeting him.
Yeah.
I mean, it is sad after that like he was supposed to pay the taxi dude, or the guy assumed he was going to pay the taxi guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, he should have paid you.
Will is running away from the taxi guy because he doesn't pay him for driving him back to the city after riding with this guy, because the business guy that was like riding over there didn't pay.
Yeah.
Pay what, the tab, or what do you call it?
The fee.
Yeah.
He didn't pay the fee. But then the other sad part, I'll just say it because we're already on taxi, is when the guy says, I'm late. He's like, I'll run up and get your wallet for you. And he's like, no, I'm already late. I need to be there by 4 o'clock.
And all he has is like $7, and he gives him $5.
He gives him the $5, yeah. But then I think it's his birthday or some shit. His son, I don't know what it is, but he needed at least the $5.
I don't think there was a moment. I think he was just already like broke. Like that's already at the point where he's going to like the homeless shelters and all that.
Yeah. That's crazy too, because you see him. He's calm at first, like he's like, all right, I could deal with this. And then later on, when they're like, "There's no more spots," he's like, "Come on, I've been waiting here all day."
Yeah, well, that is actually the first time he goes.
Oh, okay.
So he's waiting in line, and then somebody's trying to cut him.
Yeah,
but he's just like, "Hey, like you took my spot," and it was the last spot too. And then whatever. So he's arguing. He's like, "I came here on time." Like he's like, that's the thing, is like we see him start losing it. Like at first, he can keep it together pretty well. And then he starts losing, and then he starts being like rude to his son too, but not in a bad way. Like, he's not like beating him or anything. Like he loves his boy.
Like the basketball, the fence scene with basketball.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want to see you like shooting hoops out here like all day. And then his son like throws, or he just drops the basketball. And then since we're pulling up quotes, let me go to the quote. So he throws the basketball down, and then his name's Christopher Gardner. That's what it is. And like he's realizing like, oh shit, like I'm doing to him what everybody does. So he tells him, he said, hey, don't ever let somebody tell you can't do something, not even me, all right? You got to dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you can't do it. If you want something, go get it, period. I got chills while I'm saying that right now. And that's one line that I've heard before too, and one scene that I've seen, but man, in context, that shit hits so hard.
Yeah. Especially after he told him about the basketball thing. He's like, I literally told you don't do this.
Yeah.
And if he likes it, he's just like...
Yeah. He realized that he's like almost like a product of this system, of like capitalism, of just like, oh, it's about hustling, making money and everything. And that's another thing I want to talk about was like the ending. It is a happy ending because like, he hustled to get there. He really did deserve it.
But that's why the movie's called The Pursuit of Happiness. So he said he got a little fraction, a little piece of it.
Yeah.
Who's to know right after he got the job, his first check, he has to pay this or...
That's true, yeah.
It's still... And we could have a part 2. We could.
You just watch... You want sequels to everything.
I wouldn't want a part 2 to this because it would be fake pretty much. Like, unless we tell the rest of his life, like maybe he did struggle after. But I thought it was dumb. I was going to ask you, when the mom leaves, she comes back more or less when he's around getting the job, right?
No, she never comes back.
She visits.
She takes him to the park and then brings him back home right before she leaves to New York.
Yeah.
And then she's gone after that, like the whole movie. But no, she's still giving him shit about it, even when she's leaving. Like, hey, and that's the scene that I want to get into. And after this scene, let me delete some stuff off the SD card, and that way we can go as long as we want. But anyway, that's one character I want to talk about was the mom. Because as I'd never seen her in the trailers, any promotion ever. I didn't even know she was a character in here.
Yeah, I just thought it was the son.
So as soon as she popped up, I was just like, she's going to leave at some point.
Or die.
I didn't think there was room for her to die in here.
I just knew that she's gone somehow. Yeah. And the way the story was going, I was like, oh shit. Like, because she seemed to be getting more over it as it went. Because it's like his investment didn't work. His job didn't work. Yeah. And then, like she said...
She's so mean.
Hell yeah.
Like I can understand. Like at first I hated her, and then I was like, okay, I get it. Like he keeps promising these things, and like nothing's getting better, and it's been years. So I get it, but quitting and just leaving like that.
And I read the comments, dude. I'm telling you, a lot of people attacked Will. They said he was a piece of shit. That's why
in the movie?
No, in the comments, I said that's why.
That's
why she left.
But that
she
Will
left her son too.
Yeah, but that Will's character was a piece of shit.
Yeah, like he didn't do nothing. He's failing, so she left him. But she left her son too. She could have took him.
And that's what I wanted to talk about when I first said I want to talk about this character. Is that I can understand like
it was
her frustration with him and leaving him. But yeah, when it really doubles down on how awful she is when she leaves him. But not just that. She takes him to the park, and as far as we've seen, this isn't normal. Like, she goes to the park, and I kind of feel like it was because she knew it was her last day with him.
Yeah.
And she's like saying like, "Hey, I'm going to New York and I'm taking him." And then he's like, "No, you're not." But they're not yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, "No, like, you're not taking him. Like, you know, you can't take care of him." And I don't know what happened before, and it doesn't look like she's on drugs or anything. But I think he knows that she doesn't want this, like this family or him. But she's saying like I got to take him, right? Like, I'm his mom. He has to be with me, right? Yeah. But she's asking like a question mark, like, isn't that the right thing to do?
She knows
that she has to.
Yeah, like she kind of already knows how it's gonna play out.
Yeah.
So she's like, let me just say what I have to, and then
exactly. She's saying that like because she has to, but also she knows she doesn't want to.
Yeah. Which
is really messed up, man. Like that scene hit me too, and that's what I'm saying. That when she left, and that scene, not the first time when she leaves, and like that's really sad too, but like. From when she leaves knowing that she's no good for him, like she's better off, or in her mind thinks that she's better off away. Tears in my eyes all the way to like the end of the movie.
Yeah, because it messed up. It probably messed him. Like, let's say the parts where he got the tax thing or stuff like that, she would have been there to, I guess, take care of that situation.
Right. Like, at the very least, her contribution was watching him. That way he can do his thing.
Yeah.
But now he has to take his son everywhere with him when not at like the daycare. But man, it gets worse like after that. It gets really bad after that, and then it gets good. And then it gets really bad.
They don't have any family or anything. They never say anything like that.
Exactly, and you don't need to. But it's San Francisco.
It seems that way. It seems like they moved west or some shit.
I mean, her family's in New York apparently, but who knows if like her whole family's in New York? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where this guy grew up or what, but it seems like they moved over here for an opportunity. Maybe the housing was cheap, or even just the bone was cheap. But it seems like they came over here and they have no one else,
right?
Because she leaves completely, whole of the state, which is. But if you say her family's there, it makes sense. And then he doesn't go anywhere. He doesn't go to his cousin's house or dad's house. He
has like the one friend that it's not even his friend.
Like a work friend.
Is it even work? It looked like it was just a neighbor.
Yeah, I guess maybe he helped him out. Maybe he gave him a job. He was like, "Hey, do this or whatever."
So another one of my favorite scenes is like the whole 49ers game thing. Like, again, proving that he's like the ultimate hustler. Because like they have like this phone book that they're supposed to start at the bottom and work all the way at the top. But since he doesn't have time, he was saying that he has to do in like 6 hours what everybody else can do in like 9.
Yeah.
And again, only one person can get this job, and it's all based off numbers. Like they said like. Last year, somebody who had like the highest test score didn't even get picked because that's just like a way that they can kind of like measure somebody, but it doesn't mean that that's like the end all be all. So he goes to the 49ers game with one of the guys that's on that list. He actually goes all the way to the top of that list. Calls him like for office. They're selling paper.
When Dwight and Michael,
they
go over.
That's like gain him as a client. So Will's character, we just got his name and I completely forgot it already.
Christopher.
We'll call him Christopher then.
Christopher Gardner.
So Christopher, he calls that guy all the way at the top. CG goes all the way at the top, calls that guy, and the guy says, "Oh yeah, so-and-so canceled, so like there's a spot open, so if you want to get here within 20 minutes. And of course he goes downstairs, he's rushing, and then his like boss, his current boss, is like, "Oh hey, like can you move my car or whatever?"
Yeah.
And so he moves his car, and he takes his car too, right? Yeah. He takes his car and he parks it, and of course gets another parking ticket because he's in a rush. Yeah. He makes it to that guy's office, and then he's already gone. He missed him because he took too long. But he remembers he looks up like where that guy lives, goes to his house, and on the way there, he's telling his son like, "Hey, like we might go to the football game today." He said, "We'll possibly go." And so they're walking over there. He's like, "Why do you keep saying like we're gonna possibly go? Like, are we gonna go watch football or are we not?" And that's another thing. Jaden is really good in this movie. Yeah. He doesn't have much to do, but just he's a sweet little kid. And They go to the guy's house. So they walk there. And it's a really nice neighborhood. And so Will's lying. And he's just like, oh, like I was in the neighborhood seeing a friend. I just wanted to apologize for being late to the appointment. Really like to see you, whatever. Like, let's have another meeting. And Will's character, Christopher, CG, is such a hustler that like he planned this ahead of time. That's why he told his boy, we might go to we'll possibly go to the football game. Because like he knew that guy was going to the football game. Yeah. And he was just like, oh yeah, like we're about to go to the game. And then so, and Will tells him, oh, we're gonna go to the game too. And whatever. He's like, yeah, like thank you again. And like we'll come up with a meeting time, like some whatever. Yeah. And then he's walking away, and then the guy's just like, oh well, we're going to the Niners game. Like you're going to the Niners game. Let's go together. And then he's like, where are you sitting? He's like, we're sitting all the way at the top. And then he's like, no, like we have a box. Come with us. Yeah. So he planned all of that. Yeah. Like they had the foresight to think like, oh, like I think I can hustle my way into this. And just all that, like it just goes to show his hustle, his intuition. And then he had like this funny scene with his boy where he's just like, I didn't say we'll probably go. It probably means that like that it's like a 50-50 chance. So I said we'll possibly go. Yeah. And like that means that like most likely not or something like that. Yeah. And then he's like, and then he tells him to repeat it. And he's like, oh, probably means this. And then he's like, what does possibly mean? He's like, I know what possibly means. It possibly means we're not going to the game. But yeah, it's really good. And I think I already naturally brought up my other favorite scenes. Now, only negative that I do have is, and it's just like a kind of negative.
Or you like the song?
The song, the little jingle? No, I liked it. Why, you don't like it?
No, it's like his Avengers song.
His theme song? Why's it gotta be an Avengers? Oh, okay.
His Happyness song. And it only comes on a few times.
Yeah, like 3 or 4, that's it. Yeah, it is only when he's happy. It's the Happyness song. Only negative, and it's just because like I had to be like really nitpicky about it because this is a great movie. And I knew it was gonna be great going into it. But is that they didn't build up the test and like who got picked at the end well. But then when the movie actually ended and I started thinking about it, I was just like, I don't know if we needed any more stress. Yeah. Like we're already on this roller coaster for 2 hours.
It was real focused on him because they could have done that. They could have had another guy.
I thought
like, another guy's pretty smart. Like he could beat you.
Yeah, that or like I thought like people would be called in and they would leave and he didn't get it. Yeah. Oh, he didn't get it.
Well, they kind of did because you've seen people get called up and then they leave, and then when he gets called up, he's like, shit.
Did they do that?
Yeah, because then when he gets called up, he's like, shit. And then
what was I doing? I had too many tears in my eyes.
Because then he tells him, he's like, wear one tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then that's when he walks out.
What a good reveal.
So what's even crazier is all the other people working, they didn't get it.
Yeah.
They're still working for the day. But he went out to, and I don't even think he left. Like, I don't think he goes, it shows him leave.
He takes a 10-minute break.
Yeah, I think he took his 10-minute break.
And earlier on his 10-minute break, he got hit by a car.
He's like, lost his shoe. Work. But, he takes his 10-minute break, whatever, goes out, gets his breather, whatever, his Happyness, and then he goes back in. Obviously, probably waiting to get home, because then he gets Jaden.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I really
Baby Chris. I think his name was Chris.
Baby CG.
Baby CG, yeah.
I think it was. I think because he calls him Christopher.
Now, what do you... Sorry to cut you off. But what do you think the whole point of Happyness spelled with a Y? Because it was an accident. But I'm saying that why name the movie that?
I didn't even know.
You didn't know?
I'm not gonna say anything.
All right.
But I didn't know. I didn't know there was for the movie title. Yeah. At least. I
mean, Happyness spelled with an I, but they spelled it with a Y, and I think
now that you're telling me, maybe it's like. Nah, I don't know.
Because they spelled it wrong. And I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it now. But I thought like maybe because the point is like it's not about like analytics and stuff like being correct. It's more about like a feeling. Yeah. So like that Asian family that painted that or whatever, it's like they're just like, oh, like whatever. Like who cares? Like we're not gonna fix it. Like who gives a shit? It's not about that. So I don't know. Maybe there's something there, maybe not. Or maybe it is just, I don't know, highlighting happy. Because I think even the title is like HAPPY in red.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it. Like you with like the yoga poses on on Edge of Tomorrow.
They didn't need it. It's almost I'm not gonna diss Transformers because I saw. You know what? I looked back on your list today. I was talking to somebody about the channel. I said I'm gonna be.
You're promoting?
Today. Yeah, I was promoting. And
are you gonna send it to your coworkers and shit?
Numbers are going up, dude.
Number 2, business is booming.
I didn't even decide to get canceled this time because I've held back.
I haven't decided to get canceled.
Well,
that's gonna be a quote.
There was 2 things I was gonna say. I took them out. That's what I said. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I said I'm gonna be
Isn't
on,
that bad?
and then I showed it, and I said I don't like your top 10.
Why? It's my top 10.
I know, but Transformers ain't on it.
I don't understand why it has to be. Why can't it be like 20?
Transformers? Is it 20? Is it on the top 15?
No, definitely not.
That's a lie.
Look at all the movies we just listed earlier, like all those dramas. You think Transformers is up there?
I could do different lists.
Well, that one was favorite. So maybe Transformers had a better shot of making it there. But I have another list of like movies I grew up with or like bad movies. And like maybe it'll be on there. Who knows? Why are you judging?
It needs
like you're wasting time here. We got 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
but that's about it. Now you can ask me your questions.
I mean, I already said.
Did I nail everything?
The cry scene. Oh, did you? I'm pretty sure you liked it.
Oh yeah, I definitely loved it. I'll rate it at the end.
Were you? I put about time
that I watched it.
Yeah, because
it had been years. Like it's probably been like what? Like realistically, like 3-4 years.
Yeah,
you probably told me before that, but like when you're actually like pushing it.
Yeah,
it's because I knew what to expect and I didn't want to go through it.
There's scenes to go back to when you need to go to them.
Yeah, I can definitely see myself looking for inspiration and looking at these quotes.
Yeah, you said. Oh, yeah, you said favorite scene. You said favorite scene. I asked you about the mom. My scenes, like the big scenes, were the subway, the fence scene, the job interview,
the basketball fans. Yeah,
the job interview, and then when he gets his job. Obviously, before that, it was bad. Like little stuff here and there. He couldn't pay this. He couldn't pay this. But these scenes
the movie just beats you down, man, or beats him down. But like, since you're on his side, it's
and
like,
all
damn.
that, like it said, he said, "This is a little piece of happiness." All that for that little piece, and who's to say
that it stays? I don't think the movie.
It's not called Happiness. It's called it's called Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
So he got it, and then that's where the movie ends. And also, the guy who walks past him and his son at the end is the actual.
You told me, and that's so cool that they shouted him out like that.
Yeah, he walked by, and I mean, it's fast,
but it's.
I paused it, and I was like, "Oh shit, it is."
It is fast, but it is like notable. Yeah. Like he does take his time walking to the camera. Will looks back and looks at him, and that's the final shot too.
Yeah, he watches him, and then.
I was about to say, I think he's the last person on camera, but no, I think he passes first, and then they go down.
I mean, you could do some anime shit and be like, "That's his life right there." That guy in the business, because he passed by in a business suit and everything, and then. That's like right after he got his job, so it's like that's.
It's like those bad NBA memes when you'll see like Steph Curry picking Steph Curry up, like the older one picking up the younger one. All right, so let's finish off Pursuit of Happiness before we go into our true versus conversation. I just wanted to finish it off with this, and I have to read out loud. It's when his wife leaves him for the first time. Well, when she actually when she says that she's leaving, when she moves out of the house. He's at a payphone, and he said it was right there, it was right then that I started thinking about Thomas Jefferson on the Declaration of Independence, and you know it's coming, and the part about our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I remember thinking how did he know to put the pursuit part in there? That maybe happiness is something that we can only pursue, and maybe we can actually never have it, no matter what. How did he know that? And that shit.
That's why I was saying at the end, it's the pursuit of it, because the only piece of happiness is I got the job.
Yeah.
Then he's going to go tell his son.
I think that's why at the end they do show like, oh, in real life this happened. That way you know, all right, no, he's good from here on out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I was saying. They could make a part 2 and be like, this is him successful now and all this shit.
Different
they could
timeline.
Name it happiness or maybe some other shit. You know what I mean? But
just let stuff die, man.
No, I don't want a part 2 of this one because they'll ruin it. Especially now, like, what actor would you get?
Jaden.
Will Smith again? Oh, no, he's too young.
It's gonna be a requel.
He's too young.
That's what you don't understand. It's not gonna be a sequel.
It's
gonna
ask
be
you
a part.
So is this Jaden's best movie? Pretty sure, huh?
I don't know. This or Karate Kid. it's between those
After
two.
Earth.
Yeah, but everybody agrees that that's bad. I've never seen it.
They hate After. It's all right. I'm not recommending it.
Is it going to be my next movie?
Now, this is just off the top of my head. I don't remember, but on After Earth, Will Smith does an African voice, huh?
Something like that. I think it's supposed to be like a made-up accent, or maybe it is African. That might be. I've seen scenes from that movie. That might be his only bad role.
The whole thing, they should have made a movie with Will Smith first, and then that should have been part 2, because the whole point of it, and this is just off the top of my head, I remember, but they fly in, and he was gonna train his son, like, you're gonna be the next one. And then Will Smith breaks his legs.
Yeah, he's stuck in the ship, and he has to guide him.
Yeah, he basically tells him, like, he basically does what the movie was supposed to.
That movie would probably be 10 times better just without the accents, like without making them.
Well, I mean, Jaden didn't really have an accent, did he?
I don't know.
But anyways, yeah, the Karate Kid was pretty decent. People get mad at it. Karate Kid. They said Jackie Chan said he was ready to do a part 2.
Oh, Jackie Chan just got canceled, by the way.
By who?
What do you mean?
Not me? What are you talking about? Shit. You said Jackie Chan got canceled for what?
All right. We only got like 17 minutes.
Well, wait,
we got to go.
I need to know what
I'll tell you off camera. It's all right. It's all right.
Not by me.
So, to make this truly a versus series, because we were just going to say versus, but not have us like actually compete. But then you started saying, oh, I'm going to beat you at every single one. So I was like, all right, well, let's make it not competitive, but let's have something where we actually have them fight. So we have 5 categories. We have story, characters, visuals, sounds, and directing. So just very quickly, we don't got to go too in depth, but just who do you give the edge to on story? Now, again, these are movies that normally wouldn't be compared.
Yeah.
Apples to oranges.
Apples, I love that shit. Every time I hear it, I'm like, you piece of shit. You should name this episode Apples to Oranges, piece of shit.
So better story. And, yeah. So how it plays out, the journey you go on.
Yeah.
Which journey do you like better?
I want to say The Pursuit of Happyness. But I do like, because like this movie I wasn't even going to watch. So I do like the way I was interested in it more than I thought it would. But I would have to say story, Pursuit of Happyness.
Okay. And by the way,
I'll say why after.
By the way, Pursuit of Happyness for me, I didn't get my rating, but 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
If we're talking about just feels.
I said what, 7?
You said 7 for Pursuit. Or for Edge.
So, Pursuit of Happyness, I would say like 9.3.
No 0.3s.
No 0.3s? 0.5s?
Nope.
Just straight numbers?
Yeah.
9.
You don't have 100 different feelings. Jesus, you wait till the end to get me canceled.
German. Can I say that?
No, it's fine, I think. I don't think that's a...
I don't know if that's...
Look at the colors. You piece of shit.
Okay.
All right. For Edge, I'd probably give 8 out of 10 too. Now, they are completely different movies, but 8 out of 10 for me. So you said 7 out of 10 for Edge, 9 for Pursuit?
Yeah.
And then best story you're giving to Pursuit.
Best story, yeah.
I'm going, and I'm deciding like right now as I'm thinking, because they're both great stories, 2 completely different. I think it's more of like what, it could go either way, but I am going to give you an answer. I think I do lean towards Edge because it is so fun and like the structure of the story too.
Yeah.
Feels would, like obviously.
There's feels on there?
No.
Oh.
Well, I guess we can, that's the thing is like, these are like the main categories, but there's like subcategories in there. So let's go to characters next, which I guess we would put like, you know, emotion because of like the characters and all that. Characters. Now there's it's pretty much just Tom Cruise versus Will Smith right there. But characters, I'll go first on this one. Pursuit.
Characters.
Like how like they're acting, their character arcs, because like the character arc of Will is just like, oh my god.
In that case, I'll give character to Tom Cruise because, like we said, he was a sissy in the beginning, and then he turned into Tom Cruise. Alien assassin.
Okay.
At the end.
Now visuals.
So that's character development. I mean, this is a true story. So I mean, acting to Will Smith.
That's the thing, but just overall, like for characters you enjoy
Tom Cruise.
Okay. So for visuals, and it's not just CGI, it's kind of like cinematography, just cool shots. And the cinematography for both of these like wasn't like all crazy. Like there wasn't like these really cool like, oh, that would be a wallpaper, you know, or not that it has to be, but
inspirational meme post Will Smith and shit, because you can get the angles.
Yeah.
But like shots and shit, definitely freaking
Edge of Tomorrow.
Like
Yeah.
when he knows how to fight everything, that scene's about it. Like you said,
That's what I'm saying. The camera's doing more, and it is because it's an action movie,
Yeah.
so it's kind of unfair. But I also give visuals to Edge of Tomorrow. Now another category is sounds, because I kind of want to simplify these for everybody. So not so much like the sound editing and all that, because like there's different, like we're not the Oscars, right?
Yeah.
Like we're just chilling, we're just talking. But just like anything stand out for you from the soundtrack, the score, or sound effects. For sounds, I'm gonna go first. So again, like the effects categories kind of like lean towards Edge of Tomorrow. Like just all like the sound like the aliens are making and everything, and just how big the movie is. It lends itself more to like more sound effects. But like I can't remember like a good soundtrack or score from it. But like the score, like again the Happyness song from Pursuit of Happiness, it did make me feel good. It made me feel like things are gonna be all right. But I don't know. I guess that one I could go 50-50 on too. But I guess because the only notable.
Yeah, that one's hard.
I think I'm going Pursuit.
You would compare sound like the aliens and shit like that.
Yeah, but again, that's like sound effects. But maybe like if we're watching like Guardians of Spider-Verse, that's the soundtrack. You know, like that might be more notable. But like for this one, sounds isn't really like a big deal. I could go either way, but I'm gonna go Pursuit on that one.
I guess I'll go even because, like I said, you would be going score against. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I had a score, but I didn't hear it. And
that's what most scores are. It's just like as long as you don't notice that it's bad, but then it's good.
Yeah, some are there like the Avengers Guardians. They have the music, the soundtrack, and then they have the Avengers sound in there. So you're like, all right, this is a score and shit like that. But in Edge of Tomorrow, I don't know what.
Yeah,
so I'm just gonna even out that one.
You got to pick one.
I gotta pick one.
You said you like that little Happyness jingle too. I think you got to.
If that's the case, then I'll.
Again, I think sounds going forward on certain movies will have more to say, but not much on these.
Because that's the only sound I remember other than freaking aliens, and I'll go with Pursuit of Happiness.
Okay, and then better directing. Now this one's a little bit tougher, especially when you don't know what to look for, but just like the pacing and like how the director like chose to tell the story, like. I think for like an untrained eye, I think you notice bad directing more than you notice good directing, unless like it's like really good cinematography. Like something like Zack Snyder's, like even though like I don't like how he tells stories, but like it looks really good. I
guess Pursuit of Happiness because what's it called? It's all CGI. You would assume.
Yeah, but like also like I mentioned like the pacing of the story, like how it's structured.
The only crazy shot I would say is the first shot when he first drops in. And then the next one when he's badass and he's going around. Because other than that, it's like, what'd you do? You know what I mean? What'd you direct? At least Pursuit of Happiness.
But I mean, directors are more than just like behind the camera. Actually, some of them aren't even behind the camera. So,
but Pursuit of Happiness had those angles, like when they're walking and it's from behind.
Yeah, when they go down the hill at the end and everything.
There's shit. So directing, I don't even know who directed what. You told me Tom Cruise and it messed me up.
Tom Cruise directed both. Right. How about that? And Will Smith directed this one. Like this one. Again, if we're going like for like pacing and everything, I really do like the pace of Edge of Tomorrow, and like how they remember like how you choose like to tell the story. It's not just like shots, So this one is pretty tough too. They're two completely different movies, and I think they both nail it. I think I'm thinking out loud right now. I think I'm gonna give The Edge
Tomorrow.
I think I'm also going Pursuit of Happiness.
It's only because it's like I said, what's his name that doesn't like movies like that? Scorsese.
Yeah, action movies or not even action, but
actually shot, and that would affect how you feel. Like if it was raining on one day, like when he's on the phone and it's raining, I think. Yeah. That shot right there made it more dramatic, and like if we're going directing, I don't really know.
But also like pacing for the story.
Yeah.
Like it works. Both of them work, but like Pursuit of Happiness just hits at the end because of all the choices, and it's almost like choosing when certain things happen at the story. Like that's what pacing is, right? And it just works so perfectly. And we're like, by the end, you're just like, come on, bro, like get the job. And I just think that story works more than Edge. So
yeah, I
give the edge to Pursuit. And now, finally, we got to get out of here. We got like 6 minutes before that camera turns off. So finally, which movie do you like more now that you've seen both? Because even though the rating, like one is higher than the other, maybe you like this one more. I don't know.
Which one do I like more? Do
you want me to go first?
Yeah, because yeah, you can go first.
So I think, again, it kind of depends on the day, but I think I am leaning towards Pursuit. Because Pursuit has more, it has those lines, like you said, it's real shit.
Yeah.
So I think it's got a lot of lines that are going to stick with me and just, it's like kind of like motivated me too, where it's like I could be doing more, I could be hustling harder. And Edge of Tomorrow is a really good action movie. I think it's completely underrated. But again, Pursuit just hits closer to home, so I think I like it more for that reason. Boom.
I'd probably
me on one.
I'd probably go Pursuit, but only because, like I said, if it's action, CGI, and all that, I'll go this way. But
yeah,
overall, I'd probably pick Pursuit. But to recommend, I'd probably have to recommend Edge.
It's like just anybody. We're just like watch one of these, Edge. But if you're gonna recommend a movie to like a movie person, then probably Pursuit. All right, well that'll do it for our first Versus series. You got me on one. I chose your movie over mine. But yeah, we're gonna definitely have you back on for more. I guess really quick. Do you have a movie for me for next time or no?
I guess I have 3. I guess you could choose from. You want me to name all 3? I guess I could. You can name me some too.
We got like 4 minutes.
Well, no, I have all 3 already.
Okay, go for it. I thought speed round.
A Ghost Story. There's that one. There's
not getting sad again. So no.
What's the one with 50 Cent and they rob?
Oh,
they rob shit.
I don't know, but
Den of Thieves.
Yeah.
Good ass movie. You're gonna.
Or I already know what you're gonna say.
What's it called? Honestly, Pursuit of
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street.
If I have my choice, I'm picking that one. So I'll watch Wolf of Wall Street. Now I have a bunch for you too. I have a movie that's like decent, but has a crazy.
I thought it was gonna suck though. At first, I thought your movie was gonna suck completely.
Really?
So you wasted my time compared to the movie that I offered you.
Oh man. See, I want to recommend you a really good one now, but we're running out of time, so I feel like I'm gonna have to let you know off camera. How about this? I'm gonna let you know right now after we get off camera. But the movie that he's gonna watch is right here. Bam, bam.
Multiple.
All right. Thank you for joining me, my brother. Until next time.
On Patreon.
Oh, really quick. Of course, if you made it this far, definitely like, definitely subscribe, definitely share. Until next time.
Machigome.
Peace out.